So, today, I'm gonna teach you how to start being more masculine. Because for all your life, you're told, don't do that, don't do this. Women can do it just as much as a man can, and such. And you're tired of listening to that. Because you feel in your heart that you are not living the right way, or you just aren't truly happy. So, my first tip, right? One of the main things that an unmasculine man does, they obsess over love. And that is not a good thing. You should feel love, but you shouldn't obsess over it. Neediness is no, it is a no. You should never be needy, because being needy will never get you results in any way. So you should not obsess over a woman. Instead, you want her to obsess over you. And that will come if you're masculine and actually put in the effort. But that's a different video. So, step 2, find your purpose. So, your purpose, right? That can come from many, like any sort of just idea or thing you truly want to do. So, an easy way to find your purpose that I learned from MJ DeMarco in his Millionaire Fastlane book is think. If you won an insane amount of money from the lottery, an absolutely insane amount of money from the lottery, to where you could buy every worldly desire you've ever wanted, what would you do after that? What would you do after you have every worldly desire that you want for, like, with your free time? That is what you should pursue more or less. And a good purpose and, like, going towards your purpose will make you very fulfilled on the inside, and it'll make you more masculine. And you should put that purpose first, above even your partner. And that is a good thing for your relationship. I will also speak about that in a different video. Probably in the next one, now that I think about it. You should pick up some good habits, such as weightlifting. There's this other habit that I'm fixing to talk about, dopamine detox. I recently went on one of these, and it's been life-changing, to say the least. When you restrict your social media, it feels so much better in your head. There is so much less negativity, and, like, you aren't constantly seeking out that little bit of happiness. Because social media at this point has become a drug. It is no different to meth, more or less. And you don't want to be addicted to meth now. And meth is pretty bad. So, I'm gonna suggest another good habit. Meditating. More or less every successful person who is long-term successful, like, they weren't some huge hit of fame for more or less no reason, they meditate. And there's a reason for that. Meditating increases your mindfulness. And being more mindful can, like, instantly change how your brain thinks to such a more positive degree. Because when you aren't thinking positive, you are self-limiting yourself. And you can do so many more things when you aren't self-limiting. And when you're, this also goes into the masculine thing. When you aren't self-limiting and when you truly believe in yourself and have like goals and all these things to what you want to strive for, you can more or less hit any goal you've ever wanted. And okay, now to my next point. Don't put others' needs above yourself. Like, still help people because you should be nice, and like it'll help you more socially if you help people. But don't put other people before yourself. You yourself are your most important person. Not your woman. You can leave your woman at any second. But you yourself are the most important person. Because you yourself are building your own life. Okay, on to my next point here. You should be proud. You shouldn't be all like scrouched up. Instead you should be shoulders back, back straight. Like, be proud for what you have and what you're going to accomplish. Like, never deny your goals. Instead, say them proudly. If they're like mentioned, just don't go like, nah. You could, but that's just weird. Like, you shouldn't go around just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best guy ever," blah blah blah. But like, if they're mentioned, you should say them confidently. And if you truly believe, then you will achieve them, even if people doubt you. And, well, if they doubt you, then, like, they're not too good for you if they doubt you. I mean, there are some times where doubting you is, reasonable. When they're, like, when your goals are actively out to hurt you. You shouldn't have goals like that anyways, so what does it matter? Take up some presents to, like, while you're at it. Man spread a little. You shouldn't be like a competition over space, but you should take up a little bit of space where it's unreasonable. You should take up enough space that you seem a little bit like a jerk. Just that little bit. Okay, on to the biggest point, more or less, of this entire thing. You cannot be masculine unless you have a good control of your emotions. You have never seen a truly masculine man never like lose his temper and become violent. Because like the biggest masculine men never lose their temper. It's not that they don't have emotions, however. Like, you should still have emotions. It's just you shouldn't go into a violent rage or be madly in love at the slightest thing. It should take a insane amount of like just stress to make you break down. I mean, and like you shouldn't do that in front of your woman anyways. Because your woman isn't gonna help the situation. Instead, if you are going to break down, you should do it in front of a guy, your bestest friend, who would never ever turn you down or hurt you or like purposely. Because if he is truly your friend and he is like masculine or thoughtful, you and him are gonna think of strategies to help fix it. Or, like, instead of that, before it gets too much, and if it's not, like, sudden, think of ways to, like, not a cope, but, like, help with it or change the situation. But you shouldn't get a vice, like porn. Nah. You should instead, like, get a healthy habit that makes you feel better. Like meditating. Or if you're getting bullied online, just don't go online. And that is the biggest part of being a masculine man, however. You just cannot be a masculine man if you don't have control of your emotions. Because then you will just seem unhinged. And people don't like a quote unquote unhinged man. Okay, on to my last few points here. Spend time with other masculine men. Yeah, this one seems simple, but a few of you, you know who I'm talking about, spend time with absolute losers who have no self-respect, no anything going on in their head, no future. They just live for the instant gratification. The just instant dopamine hit that they love so much. You shouldn't spend too much time around these people. Like, I get if you have to, but you shouldn't choose to spend a lot of time around these people. And on to my very last point here. Love your partner. Not in like a, I love you, sweetie, pumpkin, bumpkin, lumpkin, hand, man. It should be in your actions. Like opening the door for her. Or just small actions to show your appreciation. Like, you should also be like physical too. Nah, we don't do this Sigma thing to where like, I don't love my woman, I am cold and distant. Show your affection, but not to an insane degree. And I'm gonna give you a little extra tip here. When you're talking with a woman, try to make it playful. I know that sounds a little bit hard, but like, poke fun at her more or less. Don't be like, you stupid bitch, you're ugly. No. Like, say she's like well dressed because you're going out somewhere. You should say like, oh, you're so well dressed for me? No way. Something more on the lines of that. Or like, if she's sweating, like, call her anxious or something. In like a funny haha tone. Not some like prying, instigating tone. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, I'd say. I mean, there's other things which I didn't say, but those were the main few which I referenced. And stay safe, boys. Stay safe.